Hey guys, okay, so I need for you to turn to this page in your note packet. This comes right after the sheet that you just did, so you should have watched the video. It's like a 2 to 3 minute video to explain how to do this problem and filled in all the spots. And then you should have completed the back of this. So when you're done with that, I need for you to go over to this sheet. And we're going to go through these notes, essentially re-going over what they just told you guys in that 2 to 3 minute video. Okay? So in easy terms, we have y equals m, absolute value, x minus h, absolute value plus k. M is the slope. H is x, k is y. We do opposite of x and keep y. Okay? So parent function. A parent function is the original graph. This is a parent function. So it's our original v. So on a parent function, your vertex is at 0, 0, and it has a slope of 1. So I go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and I just mirror image that to hit the other side. So this is what a parent function looks like. We compare everything to our parent function. So when I say to you, okay, how is this graph different than my parent function? So I'm wanting you to compare it to the parent function and tell me what changed. So remember, this is the k value. So if I look back up here, k value affects my y. Y is up and down. Okay? So this one is going to be positive 2. So that means it's going to change my y value goes up 2. So it didn't change anything else except for the y value. The x value is still at 0, so the y value is up here at 2. And my slope, the m is still 1, so it's up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and so on. And then I mirror image that. Okay. Next is y equals absolute value of x plus 5. So on that one, that means my y value goes up 5 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my slope is the same, so it's up 1 over 1, and so on. If you notice, these are going to be parallel to the original parent function. Now we have minus 3. So that means that this guy will goes down 3. So my parent function moves down 3. It still has a slope of 1 over 1. So I'm still going to do this and this. Okay. Flipping to the next page. All right, so now we're talking about h, and it's minus h. So it's really started out as a positive 2, but since it's minus h, it turned it negative. So you're going to do opposite this for x. So opposite of a negative 2x would be going forward 2. So I go to the right 2. Let me just see what color I did my parent in. Okay, so parent function starts at 0, 0 with a slope of 1 over 1. Mirror image that, up 1, backwards 1, and so forth. Okay. So this one, I'm going to go to the right 2, and I don't go up or down, and my slope stays at 1 over 1. Because of my eyes, I have to get closer to the sheet. And there we go. All right, this one, opposite negative 4, so that is again going to go right 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Slope stays at 1 over 1, or up 1, backwards 1. And there we go. Go ahead and pause me and try this one on your own. Unpause me when you're done so you can check yourself and make sure that you did it correct. We are going to do opposite positive 5. So opposite of going forward 5 would be going backwards 5, so that would be left 5. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My slope, the number out front, there's still that invisible where we can't see it, 1. So it's up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, or up 1, backwards 1, and so on. So, what we've done so far, x minus 4 absolute value plus 2. So this would move it opposite 4 for x, so forward or to the right 4, and then up 2. Think of x, y, just as we write a coordinate point. This deals with my x, this deals with my y, just like in the order. It's opposite x, keep y. Do what it says, okay? Next page. Now we're talking about slope because it's the number out front of the absolute value. So this we're dealing with slope. So our parent function, if we remember, was 0, 0, go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, or up 1 backwards, up 1 backwards. Okay? But now, this one's still at 0, 0, but now my slope is up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, or up 2 backwards 1, up 2 backwards 1. And if you notice, how did this change? Well, it's a slope of 2 over 1, because 2 is a fraction, rise and run, and it got skinnier. Okay? Well, let's talk about, now what if we have a slope of 5? So that's a up 5 over 1, right? So our vertex is at the same point, but now we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1. Up 5 and over 1, and I'm going to mirror image that point. What happened here? It got super duper skinny. So, as my numbers get bigger for slope, so further from 0, my v will get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. But, as I get smaller, so if this is 1, let's say I had a slope of 1/2, which we're going to do next. What do you think is going to happen to your slope? So my vertex is still at 0, 0, but now my slope tells me go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Or up 1 backwards 2, up 1 backwards 2. What happened here? Reminder, my parent function is up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. This is my parent function. So as your slope goes from 1 to 0, okay, so it gets smaller in numbers, it gets wider. Okay. That means that 3/4 will be less than 1. It'll be wider than 1. But then 1/2 will be even wider than 3/4, which would mean that 1/4 would be even wider than 1/2. So as you get closer to 0, you get wider. So 1/4 of a pizza is wider than 1/2 of a pizza in this sense. Okay? All right. Next page. Now we're going to throw in negative numbers with my slope. So parent function right here, 0, 0, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Same thing here. Now I'm going to do, let's do this one first. I'm going to do a slope of -1. So now my slope is -1. That means -1 over 1. So if I start at my vertex, -1, so down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, and then mirror image it. What do you notice happened to my V? It flipped upside down. So the negative makes it flip upside down, okay? Now if I have a -3, okay, let's think before. A +3 made it skinnier. So now a -3 will make it flip upside down and be skinnier, okay? So vertex is still the same, so down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, or mirror image it. So it is skinnier than my parent function, and it's flipped upside down for my parent function. Skinny and upside down. Okay, next. We have vertex is the same. Slope is now down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Mirror image that. There we go. So it is wider and upside down. Okie dokie. All right, so next. Okay, so we are going to tell how this relates to a graph. So we're going to compare it to our parent function. Okay, remember slope, opposite x, keep y. So this is on the outside, so that's my k. It keeps y. So this is a y value. So y always goes up and down and up and down. So positive 6 will move this. It'll move up 6. Okay, this one again. K value again. So it's a negative. So this one will go down 4. This one is now an h value. Remember, it's opposite h or opposite my x. So we would normally think that x would move it left and right, and this would be left because it's negative 3, but it really goes right 3. This, again, opposite of what we would think, opposite of a right 2 would go left or backwards 2. Okay, so what I want for you to do now is I want for you to stop the video, and I want you to do 6 through 13, okay? I want you to answer those questions. 6 through 10, you're doing what we just did on this side right here, okay? You're just telling me how is it moving, and then you're going to answer these 3 questions. Once you're done with that, then you're done with the day, the lessons. If you don't finish this in class, this is what you have for homework. So make sure to get that done for homework tonight. I think that's all. Thanks, guys.